class. In chapter 7, we're going to look at bonds. Bonds are debt instruments, also known as fixed income. I'm going to start by showing you how they used to look back in the day when they were actually issuing the bonds on paper. The bond will have the stated face value. As you can see, it's 1,000 right here, right? That's the amount of money they will pay you at the end if you are the holder of this bond. At the end, I mean when it matures, when it expires. Then it will have coupons, and that's going to be a key word in this chapter. You have these coupons attached to it. These coupons, you will literally clip them off, you will cut them off, take them to the bank, and the bank will give you money in exchange. As you can see, this one actually is missing 2 coupons. So if you think about this, as time goes by, you will start losing. You will start exchanging, turning in these coupons, and the bond will have less and less of those coupons. So that's how they used to look like. So if we jump to my presentation, let's see how that looks on our timeline. If you have a timeline like this, which is our basic timeline, a bond will have a series of coupons that are paid periodically. So it could be a year, it could be semi-annually. We're going to assume 1 year right now, but later we're going to go into a semi-annual and even quarterly. So the bond will pay periodic coupons for its entire life until it gets to the very end. And at the very end, right here, right here at the very end, it will give you the face value, which is $1,000, and that's always going to be the same, $1,000. Every bond you're going to price has a final value, a face value of $1,000. To find the price of a bond, the value of a bond, these are, I'm going to be using these words, I'll jump from one term to the other, but the price of the bond, the value of the bond, is going to be equal to the present value of its components, and the components are the coupons and the final amount. So to find the value, the price, you're going to find the present value of each of those coupons and then the final $1,000. Again, this is the $1,000, same as this. And that will give you the price of the bond. We're going to use the same tools as we used in chapter 5, time value of money. So let's look at an example. This is the easiest of all the examples. Imagine we have a 10-year, so that's the maturity, that's the time, how long it's going to last, 10% annual coupon bond, and a required return, the interest rate, the required return is going to be 10%. When you look at the problems, bonds, when the coupon in a bond is always stated as a percentage. So they tell you 10% annual coupon bond means 10% of $1,000 because the face value is $1,000. So 10% of 1,000 is 100, as you can see here. So you're going to get every year, you're going to get $100 for 10 years. And then at the very end, you're going to get the final coupon plus the $1,000, which is the face value. To find the value, the price of the bond, you're going to find the present value of each of those components, as you can see here. So the first coupon will be $100 divided by 1.10 raised to the first power, which is 90.1. And you just keep doing that, right? So now let's look at the very end. What happens at 10 years from now? 10 years from now, you're going to get another $100, but the present value of $100 10 years from now is going to be 100 divided by 1.10 raised to the 10th power, which is only $38.55. That makes sense now that we've seen time value of money, and after we had the discussion about the value of $1 today versus the value of $1 tomorrow. Here is a mathematical proof of that. And then finally, the $1,000 discounted to today. $1,000 divided by 110 raised to the 10th power is $385 with 54 cents. You add them all together and you find that the price, the value of this bond is $1,000, which to you, you're probably thinking that's kind of weird because I thought that was the value of the bond. No, the face value of the bond is 1,000. Okay, the par value, the face value, is 1,000. That's the amount they promised to pay you at the end. But how much someone is going to pay for this bond, it depends. It depends on the coupon. It depends on the rates. It depends on everything. It just happens that the case that I just showed you is not the most important, but it's a very special case that you need to remember. What happens when you have a bond where the coupon is the same as the required rate, as in this case, 10% coupon, 10% required rate? Well, when that happens, the price of the bond is $1,000. Always. It just happens to be. It's always going to be like that. So if the coupon equals the required return, the price of the bond is always going to be 1,000, which is the face value. Okay. How would this look like on your calculator and on Excel? Well, let's take a look. You will enter 10N for the periods, 10 IYR for the interest rate. Then this is where you have to be very careful here. You would enter $100 payment as a positive number, because we are assuming you are the investor, you are the holder. The coupons to you are positive flows. That's money that comes towards you. Keep that in mind, okay? And so is the final $1,000. The final $1,000, that's money towards you. So that's positive. It goes towards your pocket. Remember what I told you. Think about your pocket. Is your pocket getting fuller, or are you, or is it getting lighter, right? Is there less money or more money in your pocket? Then you will click compute present value, and the answer will be negative 1,000. Why is it negative 1,000? It's negative 1,000 because the financial calculator is telling you that for you to obtain these positive flows, you're going to have to pay $1,000. That's going to be a negative flow because the $1,000 is going to come out of your pocket and into someone else's pocket. Okay. On Excel, it will look like this: equal sign PV parentheses 0.10 for the required return, 10 for the number of periods, 100 for the coupon, 1,000 for the future value, and you will get the answer of minus 1,000. Excel will tell you the exact same. Will give you the exact same answer. Now let's look at a problem where the coupon and the required return are not the same. In this case, we have also a 10-year coupon with a 13% annual coupon, a 10-year bond with a 13% coupon rate. So 13% coupon rate means $130 a year. So those are going to be your payments. So we're going to enter in the calculator the exact same amounts, except now the payments are 130. Okay. When you compute that, you're going to find that the present value is now 1,184 with 34 cents. As you can see, this bond is now priced higher than the previous bond. This bond is now what we call a premium bond, where you're paying to obtain this bond. You need to pay an amount that is above, is bigger, is larger than the face value of 1,000. And that's the reason for that is the coupon, your return is higher than what you require. Your investors are requiring 10% return, but you're getting 13%. So in order for you to obtain this bond that obviously pays more than what the market is asking for, the market is asking 10%, this bond is paying 13%. For you to get this bond, you're going to have to pay more than the face value. You have to bid it up. And 1,184 is the appropriate price for this bond. If we did this for a bond where the coupon is lower than the required rate, you will see the opposite case. You will find that the price of the bond will be below $1,000. And we will call that a discounted bond because it sells for a lower value than the face value. Okay, so I just covered the very basics of bonds and how to find the price of a bond.